People keep asking me, come on Gary, when is the Pickled Herring gonna open? Well, we're getting closer and closer. All I can say is, very soon, you'll be able to enjoy steaks, seafood, and gourmet pizzas cooked to perfection on our wood-fired grill. You see, we ended up having to do a heck of a lot more demolition than we first envisioned. Basically, all the walls and ceilings came down, and half of the 2,500 square foot floor needed to be replaced. So we poured tons and tons of gravel and concrete and made a brand new floor for half of the restaurant. Sure, it's a bunch more work, but we wanted a clean slate to make sure the job was done right. Then we noticed that the floor in the new kitchen area seemed unstable and kind of weak. So we ripped that out too and rebuilt it. Another unexpected chore, but totally necessary to make the kitchen complete and safe. Then it was finally time for construction. A whole bunch of building materials arrived. We lugged them in and started to work. A lot of framing had to be done, let me tell you. We had to build 14-foot tall walls to reach the ceiling. And since the Masonic building was built in 1887, this wasn't like new construction. Seemed like every measurement was different. Didn't matter though, gotta do it right, even if it takes longer. We built walls for the bar, walls for the bathrooms, walls for the dish room, walls for the dry storage area, walls for the kitchen. And that meant lots of measuring and cutting and nailing. But after a while, the plan really started to come together. And I'm happy with the layout for the Pickled Herring, that's for sure. And I think you will be too. Contemporary open kitchen concept and dining room seating with many great views of water and downtown Moose Island. Then came all new plumbing and power for the bathrooms and the sinks and the ice machines and the lights and the kitchen equipment and everything else you need in a modern clean restaurant. Then I started laying the tile on the kitchen and bar floors. I spent lots of time on my knees, that's for sure. Pretty tough work. Seemed like the tiling would never end because of the bathrooms and everything else. But it did. Eventually. Then we built a 9x9 walk-in cooler that will store all the meat, poultry, and vegetables prepared fresh and in-house for the Pickled Herring's menu. Next, it was time to bring in some of the kitchen equipment, like our 54-inch Aztec wood-fired grill. I can't wait until we start cooking on this thing. Only wood-fired restaurant grill in Eastern Maine. We're sure you're going to taste the difference. Can't wait to use the new 6-burner stove either. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the sheetrock. 40 sheets on the ceiling, at least another 60 on the walls. That's over 100 sheets of sheetrock. Yikes, if I never hang another sheet of sheetrock, it'll be too soon. Ow! Then came time for painting. Lots and lots of painting. With the first coat of paint, the restaurant really started to look great. The lines were clean and smooth and showed off the architectural details that make this such an interesting building. We spent a lot of time on the details because hopefully this space will never have to be renovated again. And of course, we wanted to be as historically accurate as possible. That's why we installed embossed wallpaper on the ceiling and hung tin medallions on the dining room and bar ceilings. I think they look great. Speaking of the bar, I'm excited about the way it's turning out. A couple of months ago, people were making fun of me for lugging in a beat-up old boat I found over on the north end of the island. But I think it looks great on the wall. I really want the bar to be a relaxed and cool place to hang out with family and friends while enjoying our selection of fine wines, liquor, and Maine brewed beer. Luckily, I was able to rescue some great booths from the Village Cafe in Portland. We added some subtle lighting and cool stained glass. You're never going to want to leave. By the way, the actual bar is 20 feet long and built by a master craftsman for a recently closed restaurant in Saco. We lugged it all the way to Washington County and altered it just a wee bit to make it fit our needs. I think you're going to find that eating and drinking at the Pickled Herring will be vastly different from any other dining experience you've had down east, that's for sure. But we're not open yet, so don't come rushing down here and calling for reservations. We've still got a lot of work to do, but we're getting closer and closer every day. Soon, you'll be able to enjoy fine food and spirits at the Pickled Herring! Moose Island, Eastport, Maine.
You're gonna pay me money, right?
For the distressed look.
No.
So our patrons don't have to destroy the tables for us.